రేఖాయుగ్మాలు pairs of straight lines అనే టాపిక్ గురించి డిస్కస్ చేస్తాం. వెల్ వెన్ A, H and B are not all 0 together, that means all the three cannot be 0 simultaneously. A, H, B మూడు ఒకేసారి 0 కానప్పుడు అప్పుడు H identical equal to ax square plus 2hxy plus by square equal to 0. This is called a second degree homogeneous equation. Homogeneous equation of second degree in x and y, two variables x and y. xy లో రెండవ తరగతి సమఘాత సమీకరణం అంటాం. అలాగే s identical equal to ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. ఈ రెండవ సమీకరణం దీన్ని xyలో సెకండ్ డిగ్రీ జనరల్ ఈక్వేషన్ ఆఫ్ సెకండ్ డిగ్రీ ఇన్ ఎక్స్ అండ్ వై అంటాం. xyలో రెండవ తరగతి సాధారణ సమీకరణం అంటాం. అయితే ఈ టాపిక్లో మనం ఈ రెండు ఈక్వేషన్స్కు ఇందులో ఉన్నటువంటి ABCFGH మీద ఏ కండిషన్స్కి లోబడి పెయిర్ ఆఫ్ స్ట్రైట్ లైన్స్ రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తాయి. దట్ ఈజ్ అవర్ మెయిన్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ డిస్కషన్. అండర్ వాట్ కండిషన్స్ ఆన్ A, H and B ది ఫస్ట్ ఈక్వేషన్, under what conditions on ABC and FGH the second equation represent a pair of straight lines. The locus of either of these two equations is a pair of straight lines. That is the point of discussion. First equation తీసుకుంటే h square, this h equal to 0 represents a pair of straight lines if and only if h square greater than or equal to AB. If and only if h square greater than or equal to AB. S equal to 0 represents a pair of straight lines if and only if. Well, it is not one condition like h square greater than or equal to AB in the case of the general equation of second degree in x and y. ఇక్కడ set of conditions వస్తాయి. Necessary and sufficient conditions, they are a set of conditions. One, determine AHG HBF GFC. మనందరికీ తెలుసు ఈ డిటర్మినెంట్ ఎక్స్పాండ్ చేస్తే ఏమొస్తుందో ABC plus 2FGH minus AF square minus BG square minus CH square equal to 0. ఇది అవ్వాలి. One of the conditions to be satisfied is this determinant discriminating cubic అంటారు is equal to 0. Second, another set of auxiliary conditions h square greater than or equal to AB, g square greater than or equal to AC and f square greater than or equal to BC. ఈ టూ సెట్స్ ఆఫ్ కండిషన్స్ సాటిస్ఫై అయినప్పుడు మాత్రమే s equal to 0 ఒక పేర్ ఆఫ్ స్ట్రైట్ లైన్స్ రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తుంది. బోత్ దీస్ కండిషన్స్ ఆర్ నెసెసరీ అండ్ ఆల్సో సఫిషియంట్. సో దట్ ఈస్ ది ఫస్ట్ పాయింట్. లెట్ us postpone the discussion of the second equation after we finish the first equation. So let us take the first equation. Well, h square greater than or equal to a by అయినప్పుడు, well, h square equal to a by అయినప్పుడు the lines are parallel. That means coincident lines because both these lines pass through the origin. So when h square equal to AB, both lines pass through the origin. And parallel. That is coincident. If h square greater than AB, then also the equation represents a pair of distinct lines. Represents a pair of distinct lines. You can always factorize h as a product of two linear factors in x and y, whether h square equal to AB or h square greater than AB, as long as the locus of the equation h equal to 0 is a pair of straight lines, you can always factorize h as a product of two linear factors in x and y. x, y లో రెండు ఏకఘాత సమాసాల కింద సమాసాలైనటువంటి కారణాంకాల కింద మనం విడదీయచ్చు ఎప్పుడు కూడా. అయితే ఇన్ ది సెకండ్ కేస్ ఈ డిస్టింక్ట్ లైన్స్ అయినప్పుడు ఇఫ్ బి నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0, then these lines are also non-vertical. None of them is a vertical straight line. So both lines have finite slopes. Suppose m1 and m2 are the slopes of these two lines. These non-vertical lines, that is the case when b not equal to 0. Then you have the relation m1 plus m2, sum of the slopes equal to minus 2h by b, very important for m set, and m1 m2 equal to a by b. Product of the slopes of the lines represented by h equal to 0 is a by b. Sum of the slopes represented by the equation h equal to 0 is minus 2h by b. So very manaki chaala useful ga untayi. Next, if h square greater than ab, you can also determine the angle between the lines represented by h equal to 0. The angle between the lines well, so you can also include the case h square equal to ab. In that case, the angle is 0 because the lines are coincident. So there is no need to discuss about the angle between the lines in case h square equal to ab. Therefore, when h square greater than ab, the angle between the lines equal to r cosine a plus b by root of a minus b whole square plus 4h square. Well, you can see that always the angle between lines, we always refer to the smaller angle between the two lines. సాధారణంగా if two lines are not perpendicular, రెండు సరళరేఖలు లంబంగా లేకపోతే వాటి మధ్య రెండు కోణాలు మాట్లాడతాం. ఒకటి లఘు కోణం, ఒకటి గురు కోణం. One is the acute angle, the other is the obtuse angle. But when you talk about the angle between the lines, we always refer to the smaller angle between the lines. అంటే ఆటోమేటిక్గా రెండు తెలిసిపోతుంది. ఒకటి 30 degrees అయితే రెండో 150 degrees ఖచ్చితంగా అవుతుంది. అంచేత there is no need to specify the other angle. So whenever you talk about the angle between the lines, unless otherwise specified, we always refer to the smaller angle between the two lines. అదే కావాల్సి వచ్చినప్పుడు to be very specific, you can also put mod here because a plus b can be negative also. In case a plus b is negative, this is an obtuse angle. In case a plus b is positive, this is an acute angle. So if you want strictly the angle, acute angle between the two straight lines, smaller angle between the two straight lines, or angle which lies between 0 degrees and 90 degrees, it is given by r cosine mod a plus b by root of a minus b whole square plus 4h square. Well, you can see that these lines are perpendicular if and only if this angle is 90 degrees. But this is 90 degrees if and only if mod a plus b by root of a minus b whole square plus 4h square is 0. That means mod a plus b is 0 or a plus b equal to 0. The lines are perpendicular if and only if a plus b equal to 0. Very important condition. That means sum of the coefficients of x square and y square in the equation h equal to 0 must be equal to 0. So the two lines represented by the homogeneous equation h equal to 0 are perpendicular if and only if the sum of the coefficients of x square and y square is 0. x square y square గుణకాల మొత్తం 0 అయినప్పుడు మాత్రమే ఈ h equal to 0 సూచించేటటువంటి రెండు రేఖలు కూడా లంబంగా ఉంటాయనేది మనకు స్పష్టం. నెక్స్ట్ another important result is when the two lines are distinct like this and not parallel, that means h square greater than ab. The lines are distinct like this. One is L1, the other is L2. And you can see that there will be two lines bisecting the two angles between the two lines. One is this angle. This is the bisector of the angle, one of the angles between this, and this is the other bisector. And from the high school geometry, one clearly finds that these two bisectors are perpendicular to each other. Rendu paraspara lamanga kuda untayi. Now, given the combined equation of these two lines L1 and L2 represented by the equation h equal to 0, what are the equations of these two bisectors? The equations of the bisectors of the angles between these two is given by h into x square minus y square is equal to a minus b into xy. This is the correct form. Well, you can also see that the sum of the coefficients of x square y square is 0 here because plus h and minus h. So, evidently from this equation also one can refer that the two bisectors perpendicular to each other. That follows immediately from the high school geometry also. And therefore, this is the standard form of the equation of the bisectors of the angles between the lines represented by the homogeneous equation h equal to 0 in case h square greater than ab. And sometimes the students or some people also are in the habit of writing this equation in the form x square minus y square by a minus b equal to xy by h, provided a naught equal to b and h naught equal to 0. Otherwise, it takes awkward form. So, as long as the end were different and also h is non-zero, you have freedom to write the equation in this form. This is the advantage because x square minus y square by easy to remember a minus b, coefficient of x square minus coefficient of y square equal to xy by exactly not the coefficient of xy but half the coefficient of xy. So, that is more convenient for the students to remember this equation of the pair of bisectors in this latter form. But the correct form is, which can be applicable to all situations, is h into x square minus y square equal to a minus b into xy. Then, sometimes you may be required to write the equations of the lines parallel to and perpendicular to the lines represented by h equal to 0 and passing through a given point x naught y naught, x naught y naught, and one parallel to the pair h equal to 0. Is given by, well, simply what you require is replace x by x minus x naught and y by y minus y naught in the equation. That is all what you require. A into x minus x naught whole square plus 2h into x minus x naught into y minus y naught plus b into y minus y naught whole square equal to 0. Well, the second one, which is very important, several times you find these questions appearing in the previous MSET papers. గతంలో ఇచ్చినటువంటి MSET పేపర్లో కూడా రెండో ఫార్మ్ అంటే ఏమిటి, పర్పెండిక్యులర్ ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ ప్యారలల్ పర్పెండిక్యులర్, పర్పెండిక్యులర్ టు ది pair h equal to 0. You see, here you have to do two things. First of all, interchange a and b in this equation and also change the sign of the middle term. That is, b into x minus x naught whole square minus 2h into x minus x naught into y minus y naught plus a into y minus y naught whole square equal to 0. Okay. So, that is of course the special form in case you require sometimes not the exactly the lines represented by h equal to 0, but lines which are associated with the pair of lines given by h equal to 0, namely passing through a given point and also either parallel or perpendicular to the both the lines. About the other equation s equal to 0, that is the general equation of second degree in x and y, as already pointed out that this equation represents a pair of lines if and only if the two sets of conditions are satisfied. One is the discriminating cubic determinant a h g h b f g f c equal to 0, or a b c plus 2 f g h minus a square minus b g square minus c h square equal to 0, and the second set is h square greater than or equal to a b, g square greater than or equal to a c, and f square greater than or equal to b c. And the lines are once again perpendicular because the line, there is some relationship between the lines represented by s equal to 0 and h equal to 0. In fact, the lines represented by s equal to 0 are always parallel to the pair of lines represented by the corresponding homogeneous equation h equal to 0, and therefore the angle between the lines given by s equal to 0 is same as the angle between the lines represented by h equal to 0, which is r cosine mod a plus b by root of a minus b whole square plus 4h square. Therefore, the conditions for the lines to be parallel and perpendicular is also the same. H square equal to ab, when the equation s equal to 0 represents a pair of lines and h square equal to ab, the lines are parallel. And when a plus b equal to 0, the lines are perpendicular. Well, that is same as the conditions for the lines represented by the homogeneous equation to be parallel or coincident and also perpendicular. And sometimes you may require the distance between the, whenever this equation represents parallel lines, then the distance between them well, you don't require the formula, because in fact most of the problems that appear in the MSET examinations, they depend on the simple technique of factorization. Well, the essential idea involved in, of course, discussing the locus of the equation either S equal to 0 or H equal to 0 is simply whether or not you are able to express S or H as the product of two linear factors in X and Y. So, the elementary factorization will help you in most of the cases without appealing to the formulas. But of course, to keep these formulas in reserve, sometimes you may require some odd situation where you are forced to apply these formulas. The reason why we are discussing the formulas also, then the distance between them is two into root of g square minus ac by a into a plus b. Or one can also write it as well, we don't require these formulas. And other thing is, you follow this. Suppose the equation represents a pair of intersecting lines, not parallel lines. Then you can discuss the point of intersection, point where the two lines meet. ఆ రెండు ఎక్కడ మీట్ అవుతాయని కూడా మనం మాట్లాడచ్చు. Then their point of intersection is HF minus BG by AB minus H square, GH minus AF by AB minus H square. Well, I don't require this formula, I don't use it while solving for the point of intersection of the lines represented by the general equation of second degree in X and Y, that is S equal to 0. And sometimes it is useful if you remember that this point of intersection satisfies the equations Ax plus Hy plus G equal to 0 and Hx plus By plus F equal to 0. Well, observe that these two equations can easily be written following the determinant. You know the determinant? Well, this is the discriminating cubic or the determinant. We discussed, of course, vanishing of this determinant is one of the necessary conditions for the equation S equal to 0 to represent a pair of lines. If you just follow the first two rows, you can write these two equations, Ax plus Hy plus G equal to 0 and Hx plus By plus F equal to 0. So, it's easily these two equations can be written, and once you write these two equations, the process of finding the point of intersection reduces to only solving these two linear equations in X and Y, just like solving for the point of intersection of two straight lines in a plane, in the XY plane. Okay, that's it. You need not keep a note of this formula when you are able to write these two equations. Okay, then I think with this brief introduction, and we also discuss whenever it's necessary to remind you about the other results as and when we need them, of course, while going through the practice. So with this brief introduction, I think we have now a case to start the practice, practicing the problems. Okay. And I may tell you, all the problems we discuss here, they are questions given in the previous subset papers, so that the students will have an advantage to see what type of questions they are likely to face in the examination. Sometimes you may find two questions, minimum two questions on pair of straight lines. So students must keep a note of this and also prepare well. So he is asking, అడుగుతున్నారు ఈ రెండు రేఖలు అంటే ఈ సమీకరణం సూచించే రెండు రేఖలు ఎలా ఉంటాయి, లంబంగా ఉంటాయా, ఏకీభవిస్తాయా, సమాంతరంగా ఉంటాయి కానీ భిన్న రేఖలు అవుతాయా, లేకపోతే సమాంతరంగానూ ఉండవు లంబంగానూ ఉండవు అంతే. ఈ నాలుగు ఆప్షన్స్ ఏమిటండి? I think I told you in the beginning, easy to factorize. Most of the problems can be done applying the factorization technique. This is 3x plus y whole square is equal to 4. Or therefore, the two lines are 3x plus y equal to plus or minus 2. Clearly, the two lines are parallel, but different parallel lines, which are parallel and different, not coincident. So, that is the answer. Next question. X square, the equation x square plus k1y square plus k2y is equal to a square represents a pair of perpendicular lines if there are options are here. K1 is minus 1, K2 equal to A, K1 is minus 1, K2 equal to minus A, K1 equal to 1, K2 equal to minus A, K1 is minus 1, K2 equal to plus or minus 2A. Well, one method is, this is not a homogeneous equation. This is a general equation. This is in the form of general equation of second degree in x and y with some of the coefficients 0. So you can apply the condition that determinant 0, determinant AB is AHG, HBF, GFC equal to 0, and find the values of K1 and K2. For example, for determining K1, you don't require that, because straight away, because the lines are perpendicular, some of the coefficients of x square, y square is 0. That means K1 plus 1 is 0, or K1 equal to minus 1. So after you get K1 equal to minus 1, for determining K2, you can apply that determinant equal to 0. But I already told you, it is always advisable to go for the elementary factorization. I will write the equation like this: x square minus y square plus K2y is equal to a square, or x square minus y square minus K2y plus a square equal to 0. Suppose this is also a perfect square, then you can see difference of two squares can be factored using the high school factorization. X square minus z square equal to 0 means x plus z into x minus z equal to 0, which are clearly two lines. And therefore, for what values of K2 here, this can be a perfect square, only K2 plus or minus 2a. When K2 equal to plus 2a, this is y minus a whole square. When K2 equal to minus 2a, K2 equal to minus 2a, this is y plus a whole square. In either case, you can see the left hand member can be factored into two linear factors in x and y. And therefore, the fourth option is there. And you cannot make it a perfect square for the values of K2 equal to either plus a or minus a. So that's how you can avoid this applying the formulas, at least in simple cases. Next. So what is the equation of the two lines that bisect the angles between these two lines? One is the acute angle, the other is the obtuse angle. So acute angle bisector and obtuse angle bisector. You can apply the formula straight away. X square minus y square by a minus b. A is the coefficient of x square and b is the coefficient of y square. So a minus b, 2 minus 1 xy by h, half the coefficient of xy, minus 3 by 2. Therefore, this is 2xy minus 3 into x square minus y square, or 3x square plus 2xy minus 3y square equal to 0. So, this is the pair of lines bisecting the angles between the given pair. Another simple question: 4xy plus 2x plus 2f5 plus 3 equal to 0 represents a pair of lines if one f equal to one, 2, 3, 4. Well, once again, you can do it without appealing to the formula, the determinant 0. Well, I take 2x common from these two. Okay? In the first two terms, we take out 2x common and write it as 2x into 2y plus 1. The second one, I take f common well, if this is also 2y plus 1, I think you are through. But this is 2y plus 1 for the value of f equal to 3. This is 2x plus 3. Well, that is the given equation, that is the form of the given equation when f equal to 3, and therefore the value of f is 3. Without wasting much time, even if you write the determinant, I will show you that also. I think it kills some more time. Determinant, A 0, B no y square term 0, C 3, H 2 of the quotient of x y, G 1 symmetric determinant. So, this is also 1. F is same as f here. That is the one of the necessary conditions for the equation to represent a pair of lines. And therefore, when you expand, you can easily see that this is minus 2 into six minus f plus 2f, or this is 12 equal to 4f, that gives f equal to 3. You can just compare this working with the previous one. Previous one is straightforward. If you take 2x common, 2x into 2y plus 1, and this will be also 2y plus 1. One of the factors for this next two terms will be, some of the two terms will be 2y plus 1 in case f equal to 3. That's how you can make things simple. X square plus 6xy minus 11y square equal to 0 is. 4 options istar usual ga, smaller angle istuntaru eppuduno, pi by 4, pi by 6, pi by 3, pi by 8. So, it is r cosine. The formula is mod a plus b by square root of a minus b whole square plus 4h square. Well, that is the formula we mentioned just now. So, a plus b, a is 1 and b is minus 11. So, r cosine 10, because 1 minus 11 is minus 10, mod minus 10 is 10. By root of a minus b whole square, 1 plus 11, 12 whole square, 144 plus 4h square, that is 2h is 6, 36. R cosine. This is 144 plus 36 is 180. Well, 180 is 36 into 5. That means 6 root 5. Okay. Two can be cancelled, 5 by 3. So, cancelling 2 here, 5 by 3 here, 5 by root 5 is root 5, r cosine root 5 by 3. This year's, last year's AP MSET, the angle between the straight lines represented by x square plus y square into sine square alpha. x cos alpha minus y sin alpha whole square is 2015 MSET paper of Andhra Pradesh. What is the angle between the lines given by these two equations? First of all, let us write the equation in the standard form, ax square plus 2hxy plus by square. One can easily see that this is a homogeneous equation of second degree in x and y. So let us put it in the form ax square plus 2hxy plus by square equal to 0, so that we can safely apply the formula for the angle between the lines. So this is x into x square into cos 2 alpha, because cos square alpha minus sin square alpha, that is cos 2 alpha, minus 2xy sin alpha cos alpha plus y square sin square alpha, that will be cancelled. Okay. Or cos 2 alpha into x square minus sin 2 alpha into xy, formula kuda akkaledemo ila cheste. So one line is x equal to 0, the other line is y equal to cot 2 alpha into x. Ila kuda rayochu. Y equal to cot 2 alpha into x ante deni slope cot 2 alpha. Ante tan pi by 2 minus 2 alpha into x. So this makes an angle pi by 2 minus 2 alpha with the positive x axis, and this is y axis. So when this line, second line, makes an angle pi by 2 minus 2 alpha with the positive x axis, what is the angle made by the same line with the y axis? 2 alpha. Therefore the angle between the two lines is 2 alpha. I did not apply the formula for the angle between the lines. X square plus y square into sin squared alpha, almost same question as before, is equal to x cos alpha minus y sin alpha whole square are at right angles to each other, perpendicular to each other, if alpha equal to, well, from the previous question you can see the angle between the two lines is 2 alpha, and 2 alpha is 90 degrees if and only if alpha equal to pi by 4. But because we just now worked out the previous question, we could infer the answer from the, we could write the answer from the previous question. Otherwise, suppose you have to try this question independently. Then the condition for the two lines to be perpendicular is sum of the coefficients of x square and y square is 0. But here when you have x square, y square terms on both sides, the same condition reduces to sum of the coefficients of x square, y square on the left hand side must be equal to sum of the coefficients of x square, y square on the right hand side. So what is the sum of the coefficients of x square and y square on the left hand side? 2 sin square alpha. And sum of the coefficients of x square and y square on the right hand side, cos square alpha plus sin square alpha, x square cos square alpha plus y square sin square alpha. These are the terms containing x square and y square. So that is 1. Or sin alpha equal to plus or minus 1 by root 2. Well, there will be several values for alpha, for which sin alpha can be either plus 1 by root or minus 1 by root 2. One such value of alpha is pi by 4, which is given in as one of the options in the question. Next. Well, we discussed the relationship between the slopes of the pair of lines, non-vertical straight lines, represented by the homogeneous equation when b naught equal to 0. 2x square plus 3xy plus lambda y square equal to 0 is 2. So this represents the two non-vertical straight lines, and one of the lines represented by this equation has a finite slope 2. రెండింటిలో ఈ సమీకరణం సూచించే రెండు రేఖల్లో ఒకదాని యొక్క వాల్ ఇచ్చారు రెండని. Then the angle between the lines is ఆ రెండు రేఖల మధ్య కోణం ఎంత అడిగారు. What is the angle between the lines? Well, both the lines pass through the origin. So if one line has slope 2, the equation of that line is the form y equal to 2x or 2x minus y. So this is 2x minus y is one of the factors of the left hand side. The other thing must be x, because 2x into x is 2x square. Carefully follow the factorization. Minus xy and this is plus 3xy. So we need plus 4xy. Plus 4xy can be supplemented by plus 2y. Follow? I am just managing without finding the value of lambda by using the technique of factorization. You see 2x minus y ekkadi nunchi vachindi because the slope is 2, the line with slope 2 passing to the origin is given by y equal to 2x or 2x minus y is equal to 0. So 2x minus y must be a factor of the left hand side. The other factor, because of the presence of 2x square, you have to write here x, 2x into x will be 2x square. And because you don't know the y square term, but you know the xy term is 3xy, this is minus xy. So we need another 4xy. 4xy can be supplemented by writing 2y here, because when you multiply 2y by 2x, you are getting 4xy. So that's how you can manage without finding the value of the unknown lambda. And what is the slope of the second line? Minus half. For the slope of this line is minus half. The slope of this is 2. Therefore, the product of the slopes is minus 1. Therefore, the angle between the lines is a right angle. Next, y square cos square theta minus xy cos square theta plus x square into sin square theta minus 1 equal to 0 is. అంటే స్టూడెంట్స్ మామూలుగా ఏం చేస్తారంటే ఈక్వేషన్ స్టాండర్డ్ ఫార్ములా ఉంది కదా, ఏఎక్స్ స్క్వేర్ ప్లస్ 2hxy ప్లస్ బీవై స్క్వేర్ ఈక్వల్ 0 అని just go on writing applying the formula to find the angle between. Sometimes you have to just observe the question very carefully. By inspection, I think you can get the answer here, because here you find the coefficient of y square is the cos square theta, coefficient of x square is the sin square theta minus 1, which is minus cos square theta, and some of the coefficients of these two is 0. Coefficient of x square plus coefficient of y square equal to 0. So therefore, the angle between them is a right angle. Slope of one line is twice the slope of the other. In the pair of straight lines, ax square plus 2hxy plus by square equal to 0. Then 8h square equal to, options are minus 9ab, 9ab, 7ab, minus 7ab. 2001 question paper of MSET. So once again, this is a problem on the relation between the slopes of the lines represented by the equation. Sum of the slopes is minus 2h by b and product of the slopes is a by b. So one line, slope of one line is twice the slope of the other. Let the slopes be with the slopes. Then sum of the slopes is 3m minus 2h by b, and the product of the slopes are 2m square equal to a by b. Okay. Product of the slopes 2m into m is 2m square, a by b. Sum of the slopes is 2m plus m, that is equal to 3m, that is equal to minus 2h. Eliminate m from these two. Square the first one and then divide by the second one. So 9 by 2, 4h square by b square into b by a, or 4h square by ab. So he is asking, what is 8h square? So when you cross multiply 2 into 4h square is 8h square equal to 9 times AB, which is the option 2. ఈ సెకండ్ డిగ్రీ హోమోజెనస్ ఈక్వేషన్ రెండవ తరగతి సమఘాత సమీకరణం సూచించేటటువంటి రెండు నాన్ వెర్టికల్ స్ట్రైట్ లైన్స్లో ఒకదాని యొక్క స్లోప్ రెండవ దాని వర్గం అయిందట. అప్పుడు ఏ వాల్యూ ఎంత అని అడిగారు, తెలుగది. ఆప్షన్స్ minus 27 or 8, minus 3 or 2, minus 64 or 27, minus 4 or 3. లాస్ట్ ఆప్షన్. ఇలా 4 ఆప్షన్స్ ఇచ్చారు. So as usual, m square slopes అనుకుందాం. Let the slopes be m and m square. So sum of the slopes m into 1 plus m minus 2h, that is 6 by b 1. ఇక్కడ b అంటే కోషంట్ ఆఫ్ y square 1, a అంటే a, h అంటే 2h అంటే minus 6. సో minus 2h by b కాబట్టి 6 by 1, that is 6. Product of the slopes m cubed a by b. a by b is 1a. ఈ రెండింటి నుంచి మనకి m ఎలిమినేట్ చేసి ఏ వాల్యూ తెచ్చుకోవాలి. ఇది హై స్కూల్ ఆల్జీబ్రా క్వశ్చన్ అయిపోయింది. వన్స్ యూ రైట్ దీస్ 2 రిలేషన్స్ బిట్వీన్ ది స్లోప్స్. పని చేద్దాం. m క్యూబ్ ఈక్వల్ టు a కాబట్టి మొదటి ఈక్వేషన్ని రెండు వైపులా 3 ఘాతాన్ని హెచ్చవేసి mని తొలగించవచ్చేమో చూద్దాం. m క్యూబ్డ్ ఇంటూ 1 ప్లస్ m హోల్ క్యూబ్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 216. 6 cubed is 2. I just raised both sides to the power 3. ఇందులో m క్యూబ్ అంటే a ప్లస్ b హోల్ క్యూబ్ వాడదాం. a క్యూబ్ ప్లస్ b క్యూబ్ ప్లస్ 3ab ఇంటూ a ప్లస్ b. సో 1 ప్లస్ m హోల్ క్యూబ్ ఎంత అవుతుంది? 1 ప్లస్ m క్యూబ్డ్ 1 రాస్తాను. m క్యూబ్ అంటే a ప్లస్ 3m ఇంటూ 1 ప్లస్ m. m ఇంటూ 1 ప్లస్ m is 6. సో 3m ఇంటూ 1 ప్లస్ m is 18. is equal to 216. a square plus 19a minus 216 equal to 0. a plus 27 factors a minus 8. 27 into 8 is 216. 27 minus 8 is 19. So values of a are minus 27 or 8. So that is the first option. We are given that the angle 2 theta is acute. 2 theta lies between 0 and pi by 2. What is the angle between the pair of lines represented by this homogeneous equation? Cos theta minus sin theta into x square plus 2xy cos theta plus sin theta into y square equal to 0. Well, I think there is no other way except appeal to the formula r cosine mod a plus b by mod a plus b means if you want acute angle, but 2 theta is acute already. Let's see what happens if without modular sign, whether we can manage r cosine a plus b. This is a and this is b. A plus b is 2 cos theta by a minus b whole square. A minus b whole square, that is minus sin theta minus 2 sin theta whole square, 4 sin square theta plus 2h square, 4h square. 4h is 2 cos theta. 2h is the coefficient of xy. Coefficient of xy is 2 cos theta, that is 2h. So 4h square is 4 cos square theta. Well, one can easily see this is r cosine cos theta, because this is 4, root 4 is 2, 2 and 2 can be cancelled, so r cosine cos theta, which is equal to theta. Because 2 theta is acute, so theta also lies between 0 and pi by 2, and 2 theta lies between 0 and pi by 2. In fact, theta lies between 0 and pi by 4. And therefore, the principal value of r cosine cos theta is theta. So that is the angle between the two lines. X square minus 2cxy minus 7y square equal to 0 is 4 times their product. అంటే m1 plus m2 is 4 times m1 m2. Then C has the value minus 2, minus 1, 2 and 1. These are the 4 options given. AEEE paper of 2004. Well, here let the slopes be m1 and m2. Then m1 plus m2 is minus 2h by b, that is 2c by minus 7. That's equal to 4 times m1 m2, 4 times their product. See that, 4 times their product. which is 4 times m1 m2. m1 m2 is a by b. A is here 1, b is minus 7. That gives you 2c equal to 4 or c equal to 2. So that's the value of c, which is 2. 6x square minus xy plus 4cy square equal to 0 is 3x plus 4y equal to 0. ఈ సమీకరణం సూచించే రెండు రేఖల్లో ఒక రేఖ 3x plus 4y equal to 0 అని ఇచ్చారు. Then c equals, this is also 2004 AEEE, 1 minus 3 minus 1 3 and 1. So these are the 4 options given. 6x square minus xy plus 4cy square equal to 0 అనే ఈక్వేషన్ రిప్రజెంట్ చేసే రెండు లైన్స్లో ఒక లైన్ 3x plus 4y equal to 0 అయితే c వాల్యూ ఎంత అంటే 3x plus 4y, this can be factored into 3x minus plus 4y into సుమారు ఇలాంటిది అంతకుముందు చేసాం కూడాను. 6x స్క్వేర్ ఉంది కాబట్టి 3x ఉంది కాబట్టి ఇక 2x రాద్దాం. బికాజ్ 3x into 2x అంటే 6x స్క్వేర్ కాబట్టి అది సరిపోతుంది x స్క్వేర్ టర్మ్. అయితే దీనివల్ల xy టర్మ్ ఎంత వచ్చింది? 4y into 2x 8xy వచ్చింది. కానీ మనకి ఇక్కడ మైనస్ xy ఉంది. అంటే 8xyకి మరో మైనస్ 9xy యాడ్ చేస్తేనే కానీ మైనస్ xy రాదు. 8xy minus 9xy is minus xy. సో మైనస్ 9xy రావడానికి 3xని మైనస్ 3y చేత మల్టిప్లై చేస్తే చాలేమో. 3x into minus 3y is minus 9xy plus 8x minus x సరిపోయింది. ఇప్పుడు y స్క్వేర్ టర్మ్స్ ఈక్వేట్ చేస్తే 4c equal to 4 into minus 3 minus 12 or c equal to minus 3. ఆ రకంగా ఫ్యాక్టరైజేషన్ మీద క్వశ్చన్స్ చాలా తేలిగ్గా వస్తాయని చాలా క్వశ్చన్స్. నెక్స్ట్ MSET paper of 2011. If S and P, small s and p are respectively the sum and product of the slopes of the lines 3x square minus 2xy minus 15y square equal to 0. ఈ ఈక్వేషన్ రిప్రజెంట్ చేసే రెండు లైన్స్ యొక్క స్లోప్స్ యొక్క మొత్తం ఏమో స్మాల్ ఎస్, ప్రోడక్ట్ ఏమో స్మాల్ పి. సమ్లో ఫస్ట్ ఆల్ఫాబెట్ ఎస్ కాబట్టి దాని ఎస్ చేత, స్మాల్ లెటర్ ఎస్ చేత, ప్రోడక్ట్లో ఫస్ట్ ఆల్ఫాబెట్ పి కాబట్టి దాని స్మాల్ పి చేత సహజంగా రిప్రజెంట్ చేశారు. ఈ రకంగా అయినట్లయితే దెన్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద రేషియో ఎస్ ఈస్ టు పి? Ratio between these two numbers S and P. Well, 4 options ఇచ్చారు మన దగ్గర, హెల్ప్ చేయదు ఊరికే రేషియో కట్టవలసిందే. సో నో నీడ్ టు రైట్ ది ఆప్షన్స్ 1 2 3 4. సో సమ్ అండ్ ప్రోడక్ట్ is small s is minus 2h by b. Minus 2h is plus 2 by b is minus 15 and product a by b 3 by minus 15. So this clearly gives you the ratio between S and P as 2:3. Ratio between 2 by minus 15 and 3 by minus 15 is same as the ratio 2:3. 2013 MSET paper. Equation of the pair of lines passing to the origin and homogeneous equation anamata, second degree equation, homogeneous equation x and y. Whose sum and product of slopes and m1 plus m2 that is the sum is the arithmetic mean of 4 and 9. What is arithmetic mean of 4 and 9? That is equal to 13 by 2. A plus b by 2 తెలుసు కదా. Arithmetic mean of 4 and 9 is 4 plus 9 by 2. Product is the geometric mean of same two numbers. The root of 36 is 6. So with these values for m1 plus m2 and m1 m2, what is the equation of the pair of lines passing to the origin? The lines are y equal to m1x and y equal to m2x with slopes m1 and m2. So, the combined equation is y minus m1x into y minus m2x equal to 0, or y square minus of m1 plus m2 into xy plus m1 m2 x square equal to 0. Okay. Now, substitute the values for m1 plus m2 and m1 m2. So, y square minus 13 by 2 xy plus 6y square 6x square equal to 0, or 12x square minus 13xy plus 2y square equal to 0. So, that is the equation to the pair of lines, required pair of lines, 12x square minus 13xy plus 2y square equal to 0. If x square plus alpha y square plus 2 beta y is equal to a square, not a homogeneous equation because of the presence of y term, represents a pair of perpendicular lines says that this equation represents a pair of, I told you the condition for whether the homogeneous equation or the general equation of second x and y to represent a pair of perpendicular lines, that necessary condition is the same, a plus b equal to 0. Then beta equal to options 3a, 4a, a minus 2a. So, these are the 4 options given, 2014 MSET paper. Well, first of all, because this equation represents a pair of perpendicular lines, alpha must be equal to minus 1. Okay. When alpha equal to minus 1, the equation is x square minus y square plus 2 beta y minus a square equal to 0, or x square minus, I take what minus 1 common from this, y square minus 2 beta y plus a square equal to 0. Clearly, this becomes a perfect square for beta equal to either plus a or minus a. Well, minus a is not given here, only one value, because one option is correct. I think he preferred to choose only a. So, for both values of beta, namely plus a and minus a, this will be a perfect square. For beta equal to a, this is y minus a whole square. For beta equal to minus a, this is y plus a whole square. In either case, you can factorize this x square minus either y minus a whole square or x square minus y plus a whole square can be factored into two linear factors in x and y. Hence, the equation represents a pair of lines. Of lines for beta equal to plus or minus a. So, only one option is given here, plus a. Next, ఒక ట్రయాంగిల్ 3 sides తాలూ కంబైన్డ్ ఈక్వేషన్ ఇచ్చేసాడు క్యూబిక్ ఈక్వేషన్ కింద. ఎక్స్ స్క్వేర్ మైనస్ వై స్క్వేర్ ఇంటూ 2x ప్లస్ 3y మైనస్ 6 ఈక్వల్ టు 0. క్యూబిక్ ఇన్ x and y. సో ఒక side of the one side of the triangle is 2x plus 3y minus 6 equal to 0. The other two sides are given by x square minus y square equal to 0. So, x plus y equal to 0 and x minus. That is how you can write all the three equations separately. If the point 0 alpha lies in the interior of this triangle, then ఆ త్రిభుజం అంతరంలో ఉంటే అప్పుడు ఆల్ఫా విలువలు ఎలా ఉంటాయి? -2 less than alpha less than 0, -2 less than alpha less than 2, 0 less than alpha less than 2, alpha greater than or equal to 2. Well, these are the 4 options. So, the 3 sides are clearly like this. One is x plus y equal to 0, this is x minus y equal to 0, and this perpendicular line x plus y equal to 0. The third is this line 2x plus 3y minus 6 equal to 0. So this is the triangle OAB. This is the third side is AB. Follow? And this has intercepts 3 and x-intercept is 3, y-intercept is 2. So this is 0, 2. So 0 alpha, that means a point on the y-axis. This lies completely within the triangle if and only if alpha is between 0 and 2 only. So anywhere between this is the range of alpha. So alpha clearly lies between 0 and 2. This year's MSET paper of Telangana.